What's up and welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while, a little over 2 months since I made a video, so wow, time flies, I've been busy. But today I'm coming at you with a brand new review. This game is called Schildmaid MX. At least I assume that's how it's pronounced and it's not Schildmaid MX. I'm against forced child labor and you should be too. But this is a brand new shoot 'em up. Well, brand new for consoles. It's been out on Steam since 2023, but it most recently launched on Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. And if you watched my previous review of Platypus Reclayed, you'll know that I'm a big fan of quality shoot 'em ups, and there's a lot of them out there. It seems like we're going through a second renaissance of shoot 'em ups, and I love it. There's a lot of good stuff out there. But Schildmaid does something different than a lot of other shooters do, which is you have 3 states. You start off in neutral state, so the enemies that shoot you, their bullets are actually purple, and if you touch one of their purple bullets, it'll put you in a shield state, where you'll get a shield. The shield will protect you from damage, and the way you keep your shield going is by defeating enemies. And as your shield is active, you can collect more of the enemy bullets, which are now blue in color, or they turn gold if you've maxed out your power level. And this will increase your multiplier and it'll increase your weapons. But if you're not defeating enemies fast enough, your shield will drain and you'll be in danger mode, danger state, and you will get killed. So the bullets that were giving you power-ups and levels and multipliers will now kill you instantly. So it's got a very interesting dynamic of neutral, shield, danger. And despite this, despite having a shield, there are some things that will always kill you, like rockets from enemies or just running into stuff. You will get killed instantly. There are multiple ships to choose from, and some ships are only available in certain game modes, but each ship is different in terms of how long their shield lasts, what their EX weapon is, and their speed. The EX weapon is like a special weapon, a special ability. The EX weapon or EX ability for each ship is going to be different. Sometimes it's homing missiles, sometimes it's a big-ass laser, but it's cool and it will get you out of a bind almost every time. But when you use these EX abilities, these weapons will also wipe out the enemy's bullets, which if they're not red, if you're not in danger, then that's actually a bad thing because it can hurt your ability to get a high score, it can hurt your ability to get your multiplier up and your weapons upgraded, so you have to use it very strategically and only whenever you need to get out of a bind. So that's the basic premise behind this game, is you have to manage the 3 states, use your EX ability whenever it's needed, and blast out of there and have a high score. The game has a very cool retro aesthetic to it. All the sprites look like they're straight out of the 32-bit era, and it has a lot of particle effects too. So whenever stuff starts getting crazy on the screen, sometimes it's hard to even keep track of where you are because of all the particles and the effects that are happening on the screen. So I like the effects. It's kind of like you got old stuff and new stuff, and they mesh together very well. And I do appreciate some of the things that the developers did, which is adding branching paths and multiple colors for your ship that you can unlock. There's different game modes, so if the standard mode is a little bit too easy, then you can challenge yourself and push it up. There are 4 basic game modes in the game, and with each of these modes, you can switch it to the EX version. EX must stand for extra super hard because holy crap. Right, the difficulty gets bumped up a lot, and whenever you switch to a higher difficulty game mode, your rewards are greater too, so your weapon upgrades can go higher than they could before, so you can also deliver the heat like never before. So it's kind of a mixed bag, and some of these modes are so hard I can't even get past like the first stage. Wow. But I have been putting in a lot of time in this game. I've unlocked all the achievements on the Xbox version, and I've gotten some pretty good scores. I'm number 1 on the leaderboards for a few of them, or at least I was whenever I checked last. I haven't checked in a couple of days, but maybe I'm still up there. Maybe you can beat my high scores. So there's a lot of good things I have to say about this game. It's a highly recommended game. I do have a couple of nitpicky things about it that I kind of am not a huge fan of, and I'm going to address those now. First and foremost, there is no multiplayer. Okay, no local or online multiplayer of any kind. It's a single player experience only, and that is a bummer. I'm a huge fan of couch co-op games, just co-op games in general, and especially shoot 'em ups. I feel like they benefit very greatly from having multiple players being able to partake in the action and contribute to the chaos. I would have liked to have seen a 2-player mode included in there, which maybe saw both players sharing the status, whether it's neutral, shield, or danger. Both players would be participating in that. That would be great. And for me personally, it seemed like the difficulty spike when you're switching from one mode to the next is tremendous. It felt like a huge jump. The difficulty spike when going from the first initial campaign to the next one up is substantial. It's like 75% more difficult. So the difficulty curve just isn't there. It just goes from being way too easy to insanely difficult. And I mean, eventually, if you start playing that mode, you'll get more and more better at it, more betterer than ever before. But it is a big jump. I'm just warning you right now. Like, if you think the game is easy on the easiest mode, it is. But then it's not, and then you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be hurting for certain, cruising for a bruising. But it is a great game. I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic game. If you can grab it on sale, I would suggest doing so. I don't know if it's quite worth the $20. For some people, it might be. If you're a hardcore shooter, shoot 'em up fan, and you love these kinds of games, yeah. But personally, I would probably wait for it to go on sale. It is cheaper on Steam. I don't know why that is. It's like $15 on Steam, but on Xbox, you're paying the Xbox tax, and it's $20. I don't understand. It should be the same price across the board. $15 is reasonable. With all that being said, I did have a hard time scoring this game because it's like I was kind of leaning towards an 8, but I feel it's better than an 8. It's not quite as good as a 9, so I'm going to give it right in the middle. 8.5 out of 10. If you want a fun shoot 'em up that's a little bit unique, then this is your game. The achievements are relatively easy to get, so there's nothing that's going to take a tremendous amount of time or a tremendous amount of skill to obtain. So, you know, they did a good job. They did a good job with the achievements, the way they're distributed. The whole game in general just feels really great, and I'm a fan. It gets my seal of approval. All right, well, that's all I got for this video, this review. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, you can always find me on the only social media that I have, which is Retro Gaiden, a Mastodon server for retro gaming enthusiasts. Link is in the description below. I implore you to check it out because you're not going to find any ads or any other enshittification. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon, I hope.